Oh, we're live. It's Friday afternoon in Atlanta, and we're live. And oh God, look at this. All right, who are you?
John ColderIce Lawson.
Happy birthday
To me.
me. All right. Hold on, hold that thought.
Okay.
I'm Brent Leary.
Don't be pointing at the screen.
I can point
Don't
wherever
be
I damn
pointing
well
just because
please.
I'm pointing. Look. Don't be biting me. God.
I could. You didn't even give me a chance to say happy birthday before all this hostility.
Mm.
Is this what age does? It makes you a little bit more hostile.
Oh, you would know.
Leave it. Leave it to you to have a birthday on Friday the 13th after a tornado ran through the state of Georgia.
Did they actually call it tornado?
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I didn't check the news this morning, so
I can check my backyard and I'll tell you.
man, I ain't even gonna say that. That was a stick. You had a twig
Ain't no
fall in your
damn
back
stick.
lawn.
That was no damn stick. Twig. I'm just lucky. If it had been like 6 inches taller,
It hit the stairs.
it would have hit.
It would have hit. Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
main
But
thing.
it just would have hit the stairs, right? It came
Whatever.
close to the stairs, right? I'm just curious. Yeah.
It came
Okay.
close to a collision.
Well,
I'm leaving it at
hey.
that.
Hey, you know what? The cool thing is it didn't knock down any other trees, which always can be really big time. So
Yeah.
good for you.
I consider myself very fortunate.
We're glad.
Because there were a lot of people that were not nearly as fortunate. So.
Absolutely. Some people did lose some roofs.
Yeah, and amongst other things, you see like some of those cars that look like turned over, like they're just thrown about.
Dude,
That-
no. I have
in
to check the
Griffin.
news.
Yeah, you
In
really
Griffin.
do.
Yeah, I
In
didn't check.
Griffin.
Yeah, I was watching national news. I didn't watch local news.
Oh my
So
God, that's the only time I watch the local news is when there's
when there's
bad weather.
wow, that's crazy. Did not know. But I heard the South got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Mhm.
we're back. We're here.
Yes, we're glad you're okay.
We're celebrating. We're celebrating the cold one, the bold one, and yes, the old one, John ColderIce Lawson. And dare I ask, how old does this make you?
This makes me 58 years old. You know what that means?
You get 7 more years before you
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The
Medicare.
countdown is on. The countdown is on where I will be taking back instead of feeding in all the time. I can't wait for that. The other thing is you have to get up out of your chair to let elderly people sit. So all of you people, when you see me, stand up and give me your chair. Thank you.
They should have been doing that by now.
Yeah, honestly,
Let's
right?
face it, So do you feel any different? I mean,
No, I've been preparing for this for a whole year.
Wow. Okay.
Because in my mind, I'm 60. That's just I've already I'm preparing myself for the next 2 years.
What happens at 60?
You put a zero on the end. It's the zeros and the fives. Those are big ones.
Oh.
So
Well, you're still young at heart.
absolutely, man. I mean, and then when everybody says, "Oh, you look good for your age," when they're saying basically, "Wow, damn, you're that old," but that's what they mean.
I know what they're saying.
Mhm. And I was laughing with my nephew and my niece the other day, and just telling them, that's when you hear that the first time, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But today is a day of some kind of celebration.
Yes. Celebration of me.
Yeah, you. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Lap it up. Where are all your people? Where is cousin Gar? Where are all your other cousins?
I can't
They
tell
should
you,
be
bro.
here celebrating.
Paying
homage.
I was kind of like, off of social today. I haven't been very social today.
Really?
No,
Is
no.
that just because of the birthday, or?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just didn't want to do anything all day. Even though I did an interview and took 3 client coaching calls, but I didn't really want to.
In other
I
words, you did
forgot.
nothing today. You're
Yeah,
right. You did nothing.
what a
Ah.
what a jerk. What a complete jerk.
Well, when you become a little older, do you feel like your coaching gets a little better? Oh, look, like, here we are.
There you go. We were just talking about you, cuz.
She-
She says, I am here
She's here. Wait a minute.
now.
See, I look. She was doing okay with the high, but
What? She's saying I'm here. She's glad you know.
no.
Present.
Look at the whole thing. Look at the first thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I get
That's
no respect. I tell you.
that's a fat finger.
I tell you, I get no respect.
That's a fat finger, Brett.
Uh,
That's okay, Brett. Don't feel bad, Brett.
do I look like Brett Favre?
Um, ugh.
Actually, I guess
You don't want to say that. That's not good
I had
anymore.
this beard thing going.
You
Yeah,
don't
your
want to
beard
be.
should have been burning. Did you get your cousin a birthday present, Lisa? You know it's his 65th birthday.
It's a 68. 58.
Yeah, okay. 58.
You almost got
58
me.
birthday.
You almost got me.
Yeah, so Lisa, tell me something nice about your cousin on his birthday. Something that maybe I wouldn't know that I should know. Oh my God. What is she playing with me now? What the hell? Lisa, I used to like you, cousin Lisa.
Brett.
Or should I call you cousin Liza? Cousin Liza.
Yeah. She said
still
happy
hasn't picked up
birthday.
on it. You still
No,
haven't picked
she
up on
hasn't.
it, Liza.
You're typing in Brett, and his name is Brent.
No, she's too busy.
It doesn't matter though. It
She's
doesn't
praising.
matter.
She's too busy praising you profusely to
You
recognize the egregious error
asked.
that she's been making, as she's referring to me as
Brett.
somebody named Brett, who I don't
Whatever.
know who that could be.
Brett, chill out.
I want to see her do it once right. That's all I'm asking for. Just one time.
Did we get highlight on that? I'm awesome. Did we get that highlight?
You got it.
Okay.
I choose to stay away from half truths and stuff.
I'm so awesome. Awesome. Oh, she was talk to text. There you
Brett and Brent, they're not that close. There, all right, finally. Thank you, cousin Lisa. After all this time.
You should not give him his desires. Just let him sit and wail and whine. But anyway. Yes, anyway.
Oh, Alan.
Hey, thank you, fellow Capricorn. All right.
Alan, when was your birthday? Did I miss that or something?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
I don't know. Oh, interesting. You notice how our lower thirds disappear when you put these highlights up now.
Oh, wow. Oh, they didn't do that before?
I don't think so. I don't remember these flying in and out before.
January 18th, so that's next week. All right.
Oh, okay. That's all we missed. Well, happy early birthday to you.
So okay. Now I see what you're saying.
When you do that, make sure you put happy birthday to me on your identification.
Or not. You really don't have to do
it. Is your day. It's your day to be king. This is the day you slid out the womb. It is a day for celebration.
Thanks for the graphical image of that. Slid out the room.
Oh, shoot. You're so crazy.
So what do you want to talk about? Since it's your birthday,
yeah,
we can talk about anything.
We could talk about me. That's my favorite subject.
Well, I did say anything, so you
Mm.
got a point there.
No, no, no.
Did you see that Walmart news? Walmart and Salesforce are partnering on
that
e-commerce.
you sent to me. Yes. Had you
Yeah,
not sent it to me, I probably wouldn't have seen it.
really,
Yeah, I mean, because
a big deal.
I think it's cute. It's cool. I like the fact. I think that I more so than the partnering part, the fact that Walmart is starting to share their technology and their infrastructure is a shot across the bow to Amazon.
What's really interesting is Amazon and Salesforce, what I thought, had a pretty good relationship because they've been partnering for years.
I mean, it's business. I don't think it's not like, sometimes we feel like it's sports, but it's business. And if it sounds good and we can swap technology and you can use mine and it helps you to deliver what you want, I think that's a good thing. I don't, I don't think it's a slight against Amazon for, Salesforce to be partnering in this way. Do you?
I'm just looking. It looks like there's some latency issues going on here all of a sudden with StreamYard. We're kind of
Yeah, is it with StreamYard?
I think it's with StreamYard because we look a little out of sync, but I'm just saying.
Well, my guess is that it'll clear up on the recording. Maybe.
Yeah, on the local recording stuff. Anyway,
Do you think that's a problem?
I think it's smart. It's probably net a smart thing. Now I'm completely frozen. Now I'm back.
That's normal. Stop looking at yourself. Just talk.
Can't help it. Given the alternative, what else am I going to look at? Anyway, so
that's the way I feel. So that's why it's hidden.
I think it's smart for Walmart and probably smart for Salesforce. Now, Salesforce is going through some stuff right now with the layoffs. They announced 10%, and there's talk that there may be another 10% later this year, that's a lot of people.
And 20%, yeah, that's what.
Well, they had at their top, they had about 80,000 employees, of which about, if I'm not mistaken, about 31,000 or thereabouts have been added since the beginning of the pandemic. So that's almost 60% increase in 2 years.
So basically, they're cutting back half of those if they go another 10%.
Well, so they hired a lot, and they also acquired a couple of companies, including the big one, Slack, for $27 billion, which came with a lot of employees. So now, so maybe part of this is partnering on things that aren't core to their business, which maybe that's why they are reaching out to Walmart. And it's a good move for Walmart.
But wait, how do you know who made the call?
I don't.
Or do you know? I'm just curious. Yeah, it could have. Walmart needs it more than anybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a win-win, potentially a win-win.
If the people use the solution, yes.
Well, yeah, I think it may take a while for it to become a win-win,
right?
Because there's a lot of retrenching going on right now, and it may take a little while, but
I mean, the deal is what they're offering is the ability for smaller retail shops to have buy online, pick up in store options and delivery options utilizing Walmart's infrastructures and technology. And if that's look, like you said, people are retrenching in business. This is something, if you're a small business, you couldn't do, and now you will want to do and probably take advantage of.
Well, I think it's the thing it hurts me about saying, oh, this is probably a net is people are probably going to lose their jobs. Maybe some people that were at Salesforce may end up getting their jobs cut because they're maybe retrenching and saying we're going to focus on our core competencies, and maybe this is part of that reasoning. We'll partner with companies like Walmart, who has, the ability to do last mile, that you can connect our customers with that capability in a way that they couldn't do with, employees. So I think net is probably good for both, but also not that good for employees that could be affected by that. All right. With that said, look, it's Shay saying happy birthday to you. What is she doing? The mind meld?
Thank you.
Look at she got the Vulcan thing going. You see that? That's what it is,
absolutely.
right?
That's right. Mind meld, right?
That's what it is. Live long and mind meld or something like that. I don't know. That's nice.
Whatever.
I agree. Lisa agrees with what? I don't know what she's agreeing with. Yep. She's.
Are you coming to the mind meld in 2 weeks?
Oh, is she?
We're having a big event.
You having a big mind meld event?
We're having a big mind meld event in 2 weeks.
Who's going to be speaking at? Because that last year, wasn't that where you met Magic Johnson and kind of lost your mind? Oh, she says she's coming.
Yeah, of course she is. This is going to be huge.
So who is the main speaker at this year's Mind Meld?
I can only give you one because we have several surprises.
Damn.
Oh my God, where are you coming from? She's like in Costa Rica.
Mount Everest?
Wow. Damn. No, she's in Costa Rica, somewhere down there. She's somewhere in South America.
Oh, is she one of those expat kind of like?
Yeah, she's a big expat.
Like a Kimberly West kind of person?
Yeah, that's Kimberly's buddy. The two of them.
Shay, I've actually been to Buenos Aires. I spoke at a conference in Buenos Aires.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. But
yeah, I'm about to say that was like when he didn't have the gray. So that's how long ago.
Whatever.
It was that long ago.
It was a long time ago.
It was that long ago.
I went to a tango show. Wow. And I had one of the best steaks I've ever had.
I'm about to say, did you have some meat? Because she's always talking about the meat.
Yes, man. But they eat late. They eat like dinner at 11 o'clock, midnight. I'm like, man, I can't wait till that.
Yeah,
how can you go to sleep after eating that late?
Well, maybe they have siestas in the afternoon. Like
they do. They need it.
I love that.
Beef, tango, and World. Yeah, I missed out on the World Cup. But
that's right. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's right. They won.
Yeah, she must have been, party up down there.
Party up. All right. So $3,500 for a flight. She must really want to be getting into the mind meld thing because that's a lot of money.
No, what it is that the mind meld is helping her to make more and more and increase, and she sees the value now, and she's got to be here because when we get together, it's a whole nother level.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know if she's able to do this or not, but Shay, if you are available, I would love for you to join us, and I would love to get your take on this mind meld thing. This conference. I need another opinion because
why do you need? Yes, please join because I don't understand why you need somebody to validate what I say.
That should be obvious, but
oh my God, man!
Oh, you got another birthday greeting, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob, what's up?
Oh, look, she can join with their Afro. All right, so
awesome.
You Jacob, send her.
Hi from Canada, or hi there in Canada.
You send
Afro
her.
Puffs. Hey.
Yeah. Send her the link.
Oh.
Because you guys are connected, I think.
How do I? Oh, okay. So the link from.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The one I sent you. Yeah.
All right.
Snowmania. Where is he located?
He's in Canada, man. I'm not sure what city, but yeah, he's up in Canada.
Okay. I'm excited. We're gonna have Shay. Is she a cousin too? I lose track of all your cousins.
Yeah. No, she's not a cousin, but she's family.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
All right. Well, she's Mind Meld family.
She is. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
This
is exciting.
He said Mind Meld.
What's going on with the weather? Well, that's a whole other show there, Jacob.
They have broken the planet. The planet is completely broke.
But don't say climate change now.
It is insane, bro. Because we were like almost 70 degrees yesterday. A
No, we
front
were
comes
down
in.
here. I saw it
Yeah,
was 71
it was
here.
70 degrees, right? A
Yeah.
front comes in. Today it's like 40.
And it's been
And
going down ever since. Like,
yep. And the meeting of the two has made it so bad that we had tornadoes in the state. It's crazy.
it's
Why can't I find Shay?
currently
I
40
can't-
degrees.
Shay hit me. I don't know why it's not coming up on my search.
Say,
Oh, there we go. Here we go. I got you.
all right.
All right. I'm sending it via Facebook message.
This could be our first international guest.
Oh, wow. Really?
Hey, I can't recall.
Interesting.
Oh, while we're doing that, Alan, what is WOTCOGL? What the hell is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Alan, let us know. Uh-oh, I can see in the green room. I see some Afro puffs.
WOTCOGL.
Yeah, before we bring her on, I want to know, Alan, let us know what the hell that means. Because you got another birthday wish, by the way.
Thank you.
Thomas's birthday was just like yesterday. So you
All
guys
right, Thomas, another freaking Capricorn in the house.
What are y'all known for? I don't understand.
Obviously success, bro.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, y'all. All right. Alan has not got back to us, and I want to bring
He might have
out.
came in. He probably just came in and dropped out.
I want to get the real scoop on the mind meld.
All right.
That
it's
somebody
not the
is
mind
willing,
meld. It's the mastermind.
That somebody is willing to spend $3,500 for a plane ticket to see.
Just for a plate, bro. Just for a plate.
No, that's just for a plane ticket.
That's true.
I don't know what other costs go.
Oh, he said nerd stuff, Dungeons and Dragons. Okay.
Oh, come on, Alan. You know we aren't down with that. All right, come on. Unless it's Lord of the Rings. And Doctor Who. Doctor Who. All right, let's do this. Let's bring on. I'm so excited. It's like a first international guest with Afro Puffs spending $3,500 on a plane ticket to go to a mind meld conference.
Mastermind.
You say that, potato patata. I say, Shay.
Hi.
Hey.
This is really exciting. You're in Buenos Aires right now?
I am. I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina right now.
That's right. Say it with a little bit of accent.
That's really cool. I was there. I know the mean streets of Buenos Aires myself.
I heard you say you did the tango and you had a great steak. And so, yeah, that's what we're best known for. But right now, go Messi, right? Number 10. We are now also the World Cup champions of the world right now.
Now, I could be wrong, but I'm not detecting an Argentinian accent from you.
No.
You're not native to there, are you?
Not only am I not native, I don't know enough Spanish words to even be here.
but wait, how long have you been there?
It's actually a year tomorrow.
Wait, so you went down there and you don't speak the language?
Well, where'd you come from?
No, I came from Mexico. I was in Mexico.
See, that's what I'm saying. She's an expat all over the world.
Yeah, and I was in Belize before that. All Spanish-speaking countries, but you know.
And you ain't pick up the language yet?
Look, I be doing mind mail business, making mind mail.
Yes. Okay. All right. So how long have you been a part of the mind meld?
So I've been in the mind mail community since like 2017, but I became a part of the actual mind mail in June of last year. In fact, John was the one. I had to go find John to get the link to give them my money. I was like, hey,
wow,
how did I get them my money?
So tell me what attracted you to this mind meld thing.
Magic Johnson. Go ahead, tell us.
No.
Just teasing.
No, but however, to be able to learn from people of that caliber in person under the umbrella of Black excellence and making more money in the Black community was definitely a part of that. It definitely was. Yeah.
Which is just so fascinating to me because you're talking about making more money, and excitement about doing it with the Black community.
Mhm.
But then you moved to Buenos Aires. I mean, you like completely moved away from us to join
I
us.
did, but I still grow back Black businesses no matter where I am in the world. That's just my version of freedom that I get to do it from
Wow.
anywhere. Yeah.
So
Tell them.
no, this is really fascinating.
It
So
is.
why did you feel like the best way for you to do that, to accomplish these things, was to leave the country?
Oh, I don't think those two things are.
Yeah,
No,
they're not
no,
related.
Yeah.
but no, I'm just curious.
No, I'm saying, I mean, to tell them why you try. I think the reason why she travels is separate from her business. She made a
Okay,
business that allowed her.
talk about that. Yeah, talk about that.
Exactly. So, growing up, I was introduced to travel with road trips, right? So I learned how to read a map at a young age and all of that. But then there was this year, I think I was 11 years old, where we did a road trip all the way to Mexico. And just being there as a kid, where I didn't speak any Spanish, they didn't speak any English, but kids find a way to connect. And what people don't understand is language is more than words, right? So I'm very expressive, right? There's facial expression, there's sounds, what I'm saying? And then there are certain words that are universal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then there's, gestures, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's great.
So
Yeah.
you understand all of that, right? Certain looks are the same. When a dude is checking you out, that's the same, no matter what words he would use. That look is still
Wow.
the same. So
Okay.
I just
That's crazy.
as I got older and I started, going traveling further and further out, and experiencing different cultures, I decided I wanted my life to be about that. I wanted my life to be about traveling and all of these things that I loved about history and all of these places that I had seen. I want to see them and experience them for myself.
Love
And
it.
so business is just how I fund that life, right? And the mind mill, the mastermind is what exemplifies and maximizes my business. So that's how it's all connected.
So
That's
so
awesome.
so you said mastermind is your business. Well, I mean, is that what are you selling? What are you selling for business?
So I didn't say mastermind was Brent, you just be making up stuff. But no, I said the mastermind maximizes my business. Now my business
Maximizes. Maximize.
maximizes my business.
Maximize. Okay, all right.
Yes.
So what is your
So
business?
I'm a fractional chief operating officer. So I work inside of other small businesses and help them to grow and scale. So that's my main service. Now you guys have been talking about the climate of business, and I'm going to have to watch the replay because I think I missed some stuff. But what we know is right now people are experiencing hardships in sales. There may be a recession, they may not, but people are, responding as though. And so you do have to have a diversification in your business model. And so if you don't have access to mentorship and information and stuff like that, like we have in the mastermind, you could possibly, go out of business. You could possibly not recover. You could possibly not know how to pivot and all of those things.
So why at last year did you decide to join the mastermind?
Yeah. What made you make the next level, make the next move?
So what we know is any level that you want to attain, you need to find more information, more people, more help, more strategies for that next level, right? So John, I actually just got the email that I'm getting a six-figure award. So I appreciate that.
But they
Um,
giving you six figures? Is that what I just heard?
well,
It's so
what it
stupid.
is in the 6 months that I have been in the mastermind, they can
She's done
now
six figures.
attest to the fact that I have made six figures. And so I
And
get an
we
award.
check.
Just
Oh,
saying.
this is certified.
Yes, we check.
Yes.
You
have
can't
to
just
you have
say.
to show video of your back end. They
Exactly.
don't want no picture, nothing.
Yeah, bank statements or something.
That's
I
right.
mean, darn
You gotta,
near,
yeah.
however you
do.
bring your money in, they need to see a video of that back end.
Yeah.
But six figures is just a milestone. It's not the goal.
Awesome.
And so seven figures being the next goal, you need to be where did people who were at six figures learn to get to seven figures? Where that's
Yes.
the message.
So all right. So you say you're what do you call it? A fractional CEO?
COO.
Chief
COO?
Operating Officer. Mhm.
Meaning
Yeah.
But
she does that.
are you selling something or is it your service You come in and
It's
you
a
work with a
service
company.
base.
So
Service.
isn't
So
that kind
my main gig is service based.
of okay?
So it's fractional because I work inside more than one small business. But I do have a course. That's that diversification, right? So as the recession hits or people are feeling the strain, they're going to come away from done for you services and high ticket services. And they're going to go more into the done with you and do it yourself stuff, right? They're going to try to downsize to save themselves. I'm usually the highest paid team member on everybody's team, right?
Mm.
And so if you're going to reduce hours or reduce team, you're going to look at me first because I don't execute things, and you can't get rid of your executors or who's going to do the work, right? And so you have to have that diversification. And so if you don't have strategies for that, if you don't know how to do that, if you don't have support for that, then that's what things like the mastermind are for.
So how long do you typically work with a company?
You know, it's funny because when I go in on a month-to-month contract because they're going to immediately feel some form of relief when I come in within the first week. Because what happens is the strategies and the structure that I'm immediately putting into place is going to get some of those monkeys off their back, some of that burden off, right? And so what tends to happen, and you know, this is just a testament that of my blessing, right? Which is I have not had a client that haven't come in their business and within the first week they didn't feel some type of relief where they didn't turn back around and came and said, wait, how long are you with me? Like, you're not leaving me, are you? Like, you signed the contract, it's month, like you can end it anytime you want to, right? But I come in and immediately give value to the point they're like, wait a minute, when is this value going to end? Like, I need to know right now because I'm experiencing exactly what I need to experience. So most of my clients have been with me 2 and 3 years.
All right. So how's the mind meld? My words. How has it helped you the most since you joined?
So the first thing that I did was I had a goal, right? So the mind mail I understood was going to be an investment of not only the cost of the mastermind, but my travel because I'm not in the country. So, you know, even though $3,500 is high because flights are high right now, it's usually about $1,500. But I put that into the cost of the investment, right? And so what I knew in the first 30 days was I was going to have to, from within the mastermind, recoup my costs, right? So within my goal was to recoup those costs within 30 days, but I actually was able to do it within 15 days.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
This is really all interesting to me. So you're coming, when is the event that you're coming to now?
23rd. January.
And how long will you stay around? Is this, how often do you come back to the States? Do you just come back for stuff like this, or what's?
Well, because I'm in Argentina and I usually red eye in, right? So I usually leave here in the evening and then I'll arrive in the morning, right? It's a 10-hour flight, which I'll tell you why. That's why the ticket is $3,500. I'm almost 6 feet tall, so I can't sit back there in the back scrunched up for 10 hours, right? So that's automatically comfort plus. But a part of what drove my cost up even more this time was on the way back, I was in Comfort Plus. I bought the last Comfort Plus seat, but I'm in between people. Well, I'm not going to do that. So I had to upgrade to now Premium Select so I can get the window. So, you know, I can slob in peace for 10 hours. But yeah.
Oh, so Premium Select is a pretty good deal? Because I got to fly that to India. So that's why I'm asking that.
Premium Select.
I Delta One to India.
You've probably flown Premium Select if you've gone from Atlanta to the West Coast, and they have those 4. What is it? 4-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Premium Select, and it's Comfort Plus here in the United States. But overseas, they move to the back. The first few rows are Comfort Plus, and then these are Premium Select. So yeah,
right.
so cool. Yeah, you know, those are great seats.
Yeah, I didn't know. Thanks. Soho hooked me up. I didn't know that.
They hooked you up.
So all right. So all right. So how long?
To answer your question, I only spend so many days in the U.S. for tax reasons, right? So I'm only going to spend a total of 30 days in the United States. So
is that per year?
Yes, that's per year.
Per year, you have to keep 30 days in the U.S.
Well, I won't go over 30 days touching down in the U.S. because you need about, I think it's 300. Is it 300? 35 days outside of the US for your first 100K to be non-taxable.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well,
So, yeah.
so
I'm getting ready to
are
fly.
you still an American citizen?
Yes, I am.
Are you a dual citizen in any other country?
I am not, although I'm about to get my Mexican residency. So I'm
Are you?
about to, so when I hit mastermind in March, when I leave back out, I'll be headed back to Mexico.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome.
So
And
how
so I
long
am
you
going to get temporary residency. I'm thinking about making that my home base now, and
What,
probably will buy
Mexico?
property. Hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be looking to buy property within the next 3 years.
Yeah. What part do you like over there?
You know, I love me some Playa,
I knew
Playa
you
del
was gonna say
Carmen,
playa. Mhm.
Playa del Carmen.
is that how you know Kim West?
It is. It is how I know Kim.
Yeah.
But I
So,
knew John before I knew Kim from being in Georgia.
oh really?
Yes.
And you still wanted to be a part of the mind meld?
You know what? Cut it out.
I thought you had good judgment, but
That is so bad.
no, this is really
That is
fascinating.
so
So,
bad.
how long have you been doing the travel, going to different countries?
As an expat, I've been doing it since 2018. But
Mm.
before that, when I was still in corporate America, every vacation was spent in a different country.
So,
Really?
so did this is fascinating to me because
It must
I
be
I
because he's
I
really
travel. No, I travel a lot, but I don't think of nowhere but here as my home, and
whatever here.
not really
Whatever.
wanting to.
Let's just be clear. Brent doesn't leave his basement.
Oh,
So
wow.
That's
Wow.
not true because I'm not in my basement right now. So
oh, you've made a new studio.
whatever. So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but I last lived in Georgia.
Ah, I hear it now. Now that you
Mhm.
say that, I hear it.
Yes.
Mm. And do you
Somebody
still?
asked me, look, somebody on Tinder asked me yesterday, do you have a heavy Southern accent? I was like, I think that's not for the person to say, right? It's for the people listening, because we all think we sound like people on TV and we don't, right?
Right.
But we don't hear our own accent. So it just depends on where the person you're speaking to is from, how much they hear. But yeah.
So
Cute.
how are you a very outgoing person when you go and live at these places a year at a time? Is it easy for you to make friends or build relationships?
Yeah, because first of all, wherever you go, we're there, right? So you just have to find us.
Say
So
that
There's
yeah,
again.
there's a
yeah,
group of black expats everywhere you
yeah,
go,
there are
basically.
black expats everywhere, um,
Everywhere.
everywhere, and so they're doing different things, and I also do local stuff. So, and I also do stuff like if you go into a country and you don't know anybody, you can get to know people by just going out and doing group activities. There's Airbnb experience everywhere in the world. So I'll easily learn about my neighborhoods, go to the museum and do things like that on my own because I don't want a singular experience. Like I didn't come to Buenos Aires to experience Atlanta and Buenos Aires. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right, right, right.
I don't make that my only experience. And when I date local. Would you like to talk about that?
Ooh, yeah,
Well,
I'd like to talk about that.
since you just brought it up, I mean,
Just saying.
how
So
how is
Tinder,
that?
look, Tinder is also international. So I mean,
It
I'm just
is surely. Yeah, oh, wait.
saying, it definitely is. So yeah.
Well,
So I
so
will say that my experience in dating
That's
in Mexico,
crazy.
more people knew
Wow.
English in Mexico than know English here in Buenos Aires. So, I don't mind dating via Google Translate. I don't care.
really,
Yeah, so let me ask you about that too, then. I mean, so like you said, you don't know a whole lot of Spanish. So how do you get around with the language barrier?
So so it's almost like a toddler, right? A toddler doesn't have a grasp on the whole English language, but a toddler knows enough words to get what
Hmm.
they need. So I would liken it to that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Even if I'm using the wrong word for hot, they know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So there's caliente, right?
Right. Right.
There's, picante, there's color, so if I say it's picante, picante is talking about food, but it's hot. And if I do like this, they know I'm talking about the weather. You know what I'm
Ah.
saying? and they're not, like the people in the United States that act like people who know 3 and 4 languages and have enough English to tell you what they need, but you jonesing on the tense of the word they use. Like nobody else is like that but us Americans. So they like it if you're respecting them enough to try to speak any of it.
Cool. Very cool.
Do you do business with the local folks when you go to these different places, or you just live there and then you work with people all back here?
Well, I will tell you that one of the pros of living in different countries is sometimes your currency is stronger, which means, like right here, right now, their pesos is 300 to $1, right?
Right.
And and then all the time, most of the time, not all the time, their cost of living is going to be lower. So they can't necessarily pay my rates the way I need my rates paid. But I have worked with businesses in the different places that I've lived. Hey, Alan, thank you. I'm a superstar, y'all.
Yeah, spell her name right, Alan. Spell her name right.
That's okay. She is.
We knew what it was. A shea as in shea butter.
All right. Do you still have family back in Birmingham and Georgia? Like,
I do. Both.
What do they think of your lifestyle? Do they like it? Do they wish you were back there with them? I mean, it's different.
Well, I would tell you, I'm always the one in the family that's doing stuff, right? Like I'm always doing
right.
But even like deciding to leave the country was even a stretch for me. They were like, wait a minute, right? I'll never forget that when I went to Mexico, my grandmother was concerned because Trump was in office. He was talking about building this wall. And I had to explain to him, I had to explain to her that, Delta fly over walls every day. Like, Delta flies over walls.
That's cute. That's cute.
I am a citizen. Trump cannot keep me out of my country if I want to come back.
He could try.
Not really.
I used to always tell people the wall was not to keep people out.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole propaganda, right? Yeah. So, growing up, we were always taught how the Soviet Union and China used propaganda and all of these things to keep their citizens in check. Well, I witnessed firsthand how the U.S. uses propaganda. I was in Mexico during the pandemic and saw how the U.S. was the biggest cesspool out there. And then y'all use propaganda, the news, to make it seem like, oh, don't leave. You're going to get it. Well, you could get it more easy in the U.S. because the U.S. wasn't even putting restrictions and stuff in place, right? So meanwhile, I'm in Mexico, and Mexico is shutting stuff down, right? And they're slow to reopen. We're going by state. We have a stoplight system, right? That there's going to be more restrictions if you're getting up to red. There are no restrictions at green, but there's like yellow and orange in between, right? So we got a stoplight system. They're opening things back up and capacity of things based on the stoplight system. The day they allow restaurants to open back up for at least takeout, the entire city smelled like bleach. They had to do this certified cleaning of all of these public places, right? Now, we know that the essential places never shut down, like grocery stores and stuff, right?
Right.
What they did was every public opening had to have a door attendant. For every door that was open, they had to have sanitizing mats. You had to wear your mask. They had to take your temperature, right? And they squirted your hand with hand sanitizer, which effectively every step that you're taking and everything that you're touching is effectively already sanitized once you pass the door.
Well,
the US wasn't doing that.
Whatever.
The US wasn't doing that.
Georgia was open 6 weeks after. So
Georgia was having whole pool parties and stuff, all kind of super spreaders. I was like, oh my God.
Georgia was funny,
and we were proud of it. So
that's right. That's right. That's national. Look, we are the national champions.
Wow. I have to tell you, this has been a very enlightening conversation. I've never really talked to an expat, even though I've actually known Kim for longer than I've known John, but I knew her in a different capacity. Right. But she's one of because you guys, it's like a local group of y'all too that like to go places together too, right?
Yeah. So when Kim came to Buenos Aires, come on, we got.
Oh, so you met her
to Buenos Aires.
You met her in Buenos Aires for the first time?
No, I met her in Mexico a few years ago.
When she
But
was
when
in Playa.
she came here to visit toward the end of last year, I was one of the people that she was coming to visit.
Ah.
Yeah. But you're right. There's like a whole network of us. Like even if you're going somewhere you've never been there, somebody you know may know somebody that's there. But even if they don't, again, we are everywhere. So all you got to do is find out where are the Black people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a Facebook group, sometimes there's a WhatsApp group. I mean, but we're everywhere.
Awesome.
Is there anything that you miss or get homesick?
Yeah, what do you miss?
Yes. So let's talk about that. So every time I just come back from Mastermind, I definitely have to have Waffle House. Right.
Hello.
Yeah, I do. I definitely have to have some Waffle House. I definitely need some bacon, regular bacon, since I've been here. So since this is like one of those meat countries, the bacon is more like that Canadian bacon.
Yeah,
it's not the bacon I'm used to.
It's like thick ham that's
Yeah,
fried.
yeah. I don't want it. I need crispy bacon I'm used to. Grits. Come on, from the South. I need my grits.
Come on now.
Right. Being here in Buenos Aires, I missed hot sauce. So I brought me back some Frank's hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? Frank's red hot sauce. What else is some stuff? Sometimes you need seasoning. So I have that Tony Chachere's over there.
What do you mean? What do you miss culturally?
Yeah. If anything.
Oh wow. That's awesome. And it's
So
not like
not like
you're not saying that there's nothing good culturally, but it's like you don't really miss you're getting fed. Okay, got it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So anytime I want to have an American experience, a Black experience, again, they're here. You know, we get together and do stuff all the time. We all went to the theater for The Woman King, for Black Panther. You know, we all group up and go and, you know, and have fun. We all there are a lot of parks here, so we sometimes meet and go to the park together. We sometimes meet for lunch and all that kind of stuff.
So how are you all greeted or treated when a group of y'all Black folks from America are walking around together as a group doing stuff? What's the reaction and response you get?
So, you know what? It's funny because people have asked me, do I experience racism here in Buenos Aires, right? So, you know, you're less likely to experience it in Mexico. They like, hey, brother, hey, sister, like they don't care. Here, the Spanishness is Spain Spanish, right? It's not Mexico Spanish.
Yeah. It's European. It's European. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just like the U.S. is considered the ghetto English, and, you know, UK is the Queen's English, you know, Mexico is the ghetto Spanish. And as you get more, you know, that's the Queen's Spanish, right? So here it is definitely more European influence. That's why I'm here, because I love the architecture. It looks like the actual Paris of South America. The architecture is darn near the same. But I don't necessarily experience it because my experience is colored by not Black, but green. I got money. I ain't staying over there where y'all look. Y'all stop listening to them bloggers telling you can go stay places for $300 a month, because you're gonna be right there, and that's not racism. That's poverty. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
So where you can get by on $300, you don't want to be in that.
You might not want to be. That might not be the spot.
Need the Spanish. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to get away with this toddler stuff. You don't need Spanish. But one thing I think, your lifestyle has to do with it, right? So I told you I wanted to live in different places, but what I didn't add was I don't want to just travel. I want to live a life on vacation. So I live a life of many conveniences, right? My housekeeper was just here yesterday, every Thursday, like clockwork, right? I don't cook. All of my food is either delivered or I go out. I could be like Sex in the City and put shoes in the oven, because I've not lit that thing up since I've been here, right? What for? So my life is a little different.
Have you always
I'm not Black, I'm green.
Have you always thought about this was the way you wanted to live your life?
Yes, I have. But the other part of that is some people leave the country and bring them that country attitude, that energy with them.
Yeah.
And so you're looking for things and making a big deal out of things that may not be that, right?
That's
so
funny.
You know, I'm in Argentina. There are Black people. It's not a lot of Black people with money that live here, right? So yes, I'm getting my nails done in the salon that the upper echelon get. They might not have been able to see a black person that close to them, and so yeah, they may be looking, but they're trying to figure out how did she get her hair like that? Man, she's pretty. I wonder what she does. Does she live here? Wait a minute, she came in and everybody treated her like a rock star. Who is she? Right? Because when I come in, I speak to people. You know, I'm from the South. So we are always taught everybody is a person and everybody has value. So when I go places, I speak to everybody. Plus, I tip well, right? I slide that tip before you even get started with my service. And they like, she about to get it all, right? So when I walk in, everybody, either they're fighting to service me or they're trying to practice their English, but they know who I am, right? So they're trying to figure it out. But anytime you're different than what people are used to, they're going to look.
Right.
Looking at you because you're different is not racism. Right? And I will go to them and tell you this.
Well, depends.
I'm just saying,
You're in
I will go to
Birmingham,
them and tell you this too. In Mexico, right? We have street vendors in Mexico, right? They're simply trying to use their version of marketing to identify with you and sell you something. So just because you're walking down the street and they call you Michelle Obama or Beyonce or Rihanna, they're simply trying to connect. They're not being racist saying every woman looks like Michelle Obama. So when you take it in like that, that's way more you than it is them. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't experienced it. I don't feel like I'm necessarily where I would anyway. So we got to put that in there. But also I don't look for it. I look for great experiences and I always have great experiences.
Awesome.
One last question for me is, and I know John has to go too. This has really been fascinating. It's really eye opening. Have you ever gotten to a point where you were someplace and you met somebody really special and you either had to stay there or move on because you still like to do your travel? Have you ever had that kind of decision to make?
I've had that decision when I first decided to move out of the United States. At that time, I actually had a boyfriend. And so when I decided to leave the country, when we were still together, he actually came to visit me in Belize. He came to visit me twice in Mexico. So he came to visit. But we were long distance when we were in the US. I was in Georgia and he was in Maryland. But we didn't go 2 to 3 months without seeing each other because we found a way to kind of, whether it was meeting halfway or flying in or flying to another destination to meet together. But yeah, he came to visit. And I would say before that relationship, I didn't think I could do long distance and I didn't consider long distance. But I realize now that might be the best relationship for me because I do like my space. I do like to focus on my business. I don't always want to compromise. I don't always want to be nurturing to you when I've had a hard day and I have to nurture my clients, right? I don't want to hear your problems when I solve problems for a living. And so, I mean, yeah.
All right. I asked.
You asked.
All right. Now, this has been fascinating. This has been great. Shay, thank you for doing this. You opened my eyes. I'm still not with the mind meld, but I understand where you're coming from.
It's okay. But
you know what? I'm gonna get him over there.
Now you know who I am when I do the mind meld.
Yeah, I do. And thanks again and for jumping on. And we'll do this again because this is really fascinating. And I'll say a happy birthday to the one and only, the cold one, the bold one, John ColderIce Lawson. Go ahead and get your. I'm surprised you're eating this late because people at your age, they usually go to that 3 o'clock buffet. So you might want to get used to it.
Wow. Wow, Brent.
No, on that note,
such a hater.
Wow.
And on that note,
wow.
Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, I guess, right?
Yes.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Even say Shay. I don't know.
Shay, awesome.
All right. Oh, she's doing the Vulcan live long and prosper thing. There it is. All right. Everybody have a great weekend.